Good afternoon and thank you for joining me today. Today I am going to be explaining the process of how to make a candle. Making candles at home is a good hobby and pastime for individuals who like arts and crafts. I personally learned to make candles by watching videos on YouTube and by trial and error. Many people like to make items for themselves, and this process will help you make candles. Today we are going to talk about the items needed, the time it takes to make candles, and the process and steps to making the candle. The materials needed to make candles are wick holders, wick, a pot, a stove, jars, hot glue gun, glue, pencils, tape, wax, scent, and dye. The first step in making a candle is setting up your workplace. As you can see here in photo number 1, I set all my materials aside for what I need to make a candle. In step number 2, you need to take a piece of wick, cut it, place it in the wick holder, and clamp it. In step number 3, you hot glue the wick holder into the jar, as you can see in photo number 3. In the fourth step, you place a pencil on top of the jar, take the wick, and tape it to the pencil so that the wick stays centered when you pour the wax into the jar. The fifth step to making a candle is placing wax in the pot and melting it, as you can see in photo number 5. The sixth step to making a candle is waiting for the wax to melt. In photo number 6, you can see that I waited for the wax to melt a decent amount. You then pour it into another container and add as much dye and scent as you would like. In the seventh step, once you mix the contents of the container together, you pour it into the jar, as you can see in photo number 7. Just make sure to be careful, as the wax will be very hot. The final step to making a candle is letting the candle sit for 2 to 3 hours and then removing the pencil and the tape and cutting the wick to your desired height, as seen in photo 8. In summary, the 8 steps are simple. Candles are not hard to make. The hardest part is remembering the steps and following them in order. I hope that I have effectively explained how to make candles today. If anybody here tries to make a candle, I hope that I have explained as simple as possible how these candles are made. Does anybody have any questions today?
No questions.
Thank you. Candles may seem like they are not important in today's world, but I know that when I didn't have electric during our windstorm a few weeks ago, I had enough candles to supply my house with all the light that I needed. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.